Don't talk to me or my son ever again. Hello to everybody with no money and welcome to this video. So if you can't tell by this weird thing in my hand, this weird thing on my face, and that weird title, we're talking about Baby No Money and how after 16 days, he finally responded to my TikToks. By the way, stay until the end of the video because you're going to see this huge crazy reveal related to this that I feel like you'll enjoy, so stay tuned for that. So, if you don't know what these kind of challenges are, they've existed since like the dawn of TikTok, where essentially you do the same thing for a certain amount of days just for your desired scenario to happen. Like, you've probably seen the guy that does the chica chica dance until he gets a girlfriend, and he's been doing this for like 5-6 years now, I think. But let me tell you how I actually came up with this. Now, like I said, these challenges have been around for a long time, and the reason why I specifically chose Baby No Money is because since he's an internet celebrity and he's pretty active online, I knew that it would be more realistic than, let's say, like a mainstream regular celebrity. And the reason for this thing, this monstrosity right here, is because I thought that it would be funny because his name is Baby No Money, to have Baby Has Money, to basically be like a little piggy bank of a baby head. I was originally going to get this baby doll head from Goodwill just because I didn't want to massacre a toy, but unfortunately I could not find one at my local Goodwill for some reason, just very, very little toys. So I had to just go to a regular store and buy like a really cheap like $8 baby doll. I was wanting something bigger than this, but without spending like $40 on a brand new baby doll, I couldn't get that. Now, I was going to make him way more detailed, like make an actual like miniature where I would use like foam clay on the hair and everything. But as you'll see at the end of this video, that there is a reason why I did not do that. Now, there were 2 parts of this journey that were extremely difficult. Actually 3. The first one was just the general consistency of it. Now, I'm not used to doing something every day. I'll admit it myself. I know a bunch of people are like, oh, post 3 to 5 times a day, post consistently. If you miss a single day, you lose all your traction, blah, blah, blah. I suck at that. I really, really do. So making sure I do something every day, even though it is literally in my room, for some reason was just so difficult, and I did miss a couple days. And then the second part about this is the fact that I wanted to make sure that every day that I did post was not only consistent, but also like funny and unique. Cause sure, I could just have it just be this guy and then have the coin going in each time, but I wanted to make it funny. Like, there were a couple days I included my face, some days I didn't. I tried to make some of them look like really spooky and ominous. I just did whatever I could. I also picked a bunch of different sounds that Baby No Money made just so I could try to like see what worked best. It was kind of like a experimental phase. The third thing that I wasn't actually expecting was the almost, I wouldn't say backlash because it wasn't that strong. I know you guys like want my content and this was completely different. By the way, yeah, I did this all for content. I'm sorry, Baby No Money, I used you. But there were shockingly some of my regular followers and commenters, which I appreciate you guys so much, thank you, that were like, why are you doing this? Why do you want him to comment? What's all this about? And this video is why. I just straight up wanted to make this video and be able to have on record, by the way, a famous person responded to me. That's literally it. By the way, speaking of, I did this like tiny, it's literally just all eyeliner and eyeshadow, but I mean, I decided to do eyeliner on my eyes instead of just my face as well, and I kind of ate, bro. Like, this was first try. Like, that's never happened before. Why does it have to be for this, though? But thankfully, now that he's responded and it's over, I no longer have to disappoint you guys. I couldn't post each day on YouTube just because of YouTube's copyright system, even for shorts. It's just completely different than other platforms, so I wouldn't be able to do it here. And I was also posting the videos on both Instagram and TikTok, just because I wanted to see which one was also more likely for him to respond to. Which the answer is TikTok. Obviously, it's the biggest short form video program out there. Like, obviously it was going to be TikTok, but I mean, I had some hope for Instagram just because I have a larger amount of followers over there because of my one single lizard video going viral. Thank you so much, baby. I love you. Mwah. So I just thought that since there was more likelihood of me having a successful video on Instagram, that I would go ahead and try it out. But obviously TikTok prevailed because TikTok is TikTok. I'm saying TikTok way too much. I need to cut it out. TikTok. And I even started messaging him on Instagram just for fun to see what would happen. He never responded, never read them. He just completely ghosted me on that end. I'm not angry about that. I don't really care. But you can see the screenshots here just because I thought it would be funny that if he did respond, that's even more of like, oh my god, what the fuck? And really something that I learned throughout this is, yes, I admit it, I did this purely for clout, experimental purposes, just to see if it could even be done. But I also know that you shouldn't just be using somebody's name to get popular. Like, I never thought I would gain a following for being the baby has money head girl. Like, I never thought that. But the fact that for some people it's like their entire personality to be like, oh my god, Caesar reposted my video. Yo, Taylor Swift put me on her story. Yo, I showed up in the background of one of Young Gravy's videos. Oh my god. And like, yeah, it's cool and all, but these are just people. And the reason why I bring that up is also Baby No Money's response. As I said before, it took 16 non-consecutive days for Baby No Money to respond. And you'd think with something like this, where it is literally a disembodied baby head being fed coins, that he'd have something crazy to say, like, what the fuck, what is this, stop asking, something like that. Just something funny. He said hello. Just hello. Which, I mean, with the fact that I was basically trying to clout harvest, I get it. I'm just like a little bit like, damn, I wasn't imaginative enough. But honestly, since Baby No Money is a famous online celebrity, this is not the weirdest thing he's seen about himself. I am pretty fucking sure. Like, man, there's so many weird things on the internet. Like, I'm sorry, young child. I'm sorry. Shh. And you may be wondering, what about day 16 was so, like, what did it? Well, the reason why is because at the time of this recording, he had recently released a new single, Hot Topic, with an album out on the way. And my TikTok For You page, while doom scrolling, showed me a girl with a couple hundred, maybe a couple thousand views, not a lot of likes, and her caption was, I heard this sound summons Baby No Money. And I thought, you know what, this is my chance. I recorded right then and there whenever I saw the video, because I saw in the comments, he had commented. So I knew this was my chance. It was a new single, he was already paying attention, already had the proof in the pudding. This is my chance. So I did it. The video was actually the most well-performing video on my TikTok for some reason, with like, I think at the time of recording this, 3,500 views, which is not a lot, especially compared to my Instagram stuff, but I guess Instagram just loves me more than TikTok, which, I mean, I'm not too mad about that. I know a lot of people complain about Instagram Reels and all of that, but for some reason with my content, it just clicks. Also, I have so many opinions on TikTok, which I'm going to be making another video about being an artist and the different social media things. You can go ahead and subscribe for that. That'll be a whole nother topic, and it's way more related to what I usually do than this. But now that it's done, how do I feel about it? I did it. I got a video out of it. I mean, I was going to get a video out of it either way. My real plan was that if he didn't respond at all for 30 days, I was just going to give up. So the fact that he even commented was amazing, because I was fully planning on making like this super sad rage bait video of, oh my god, Baby No Money ghosted me. Ooh. But thankfully that didn't happen, because I feel like people would hate that video even more. But anyways, thank you so much for sticking to the end of this video, because it's now time for the reveal that I was going to do. Now that he has responded, I can finally open him up and actually count how much coinage it took to get Baby No Money to respond. Don't do this without adult supervision. I want to kind of keep him intact, just so I can keep him as like a background memorial. just to kind of keep him as a background memorial for this, so I'm just going to open up his head even more. There you go. So you can tell that I'm not lying about this. There is actually coins in here. If you couldn't hear the jingling whenever I was making this video anyways, because I was holding him the entire time. But let's open him up on my dirty ass art desk. I'm also going to be making like an ASMR video of me cleaning this at some point. That's like the only way I'm going to get the motivation to clean my art studio. I'm so lazy. Okay, get out of there. Get out of there. Okay. So we got 16 days. Let's see how many actual coins it is. Because I will admit, there were some times for outtakes where I just, like, whenever I first started on the first day, yeah, of course I first started on my first day, bleh. But I was even testing to make sure the hole was even, like, wide enough and big enough. That's what she said, bleh. Sorry, I'm kind of going crazy today. But there were some times that I had to test to make sure that the hole was big enough to fit in the coins, as well as just mistakes where I didn't film it correctly. So let's see, I have, about 16 days I have 17 coins, which means I had one mistake. Let's count these coins up. Yes, I know the way that I count changes weird. I don't work at a fast food place anymore, so I am allowed to count however the fuck I want. So I've got 3 quarters, 3 nickels, 4 dimes, and 7 pennies. Let's do the math. $1.37. So essentially, the cost of Baby No Money's comment took $8.37. I guess he can't really call himself Baby No Money anymore. Now he's Baby has $1.37. But that is all for this video. This is just a quick little fun thing that I wanted to talk about with my little journey, how I felt, just why I was being so dumb over on Instagram and TikTok with this. But if you liked this cute little pop-up video, then you can leave a like because that gives me that sweet, sweet dopamine to keep making these videos. While you're down there, leave a comment for any crazy other ideas, maybe something cursed with another celebrity that I can make, and also, by the way, like I said before, subscribe, give me that support. Or if you want to give me more than $8.37, you can check out the Ko-Fi in the link in the description as well as my channel bio. But for now, I gotta find a different piggy bank to put these in. See you guys next time. Bye bye!